Hi guys, what's up? It's your girl Tosca. I wanted to do a video today on a celebrity boy band called BTS. They are from Korea. Um, and this is in response to Blackpink. Thank you, honey, for your request, and here is the video. If you guys want to do a tarot reading on a certain celebrity or what's the tea on a certain person, I am here for that. If you guys are a fan of certain like boy bands or music groups or an artist, I would love, I'm here to do a tarot reading for that. Also, you guys, I might not be on as frequently for the next few weeks. I do have a big project that I have to work on, so I might be posting here and there, but I might not be as active as I would like to be. So yeah, there's that. Alright, you guys, so BTS, yes, BTS. To be honest, I don't know much about BTS. I know it's a shame. But I do like K-pop, but I liked J-pop a little bit more. Um, and yeah, K-pop, J-pop, um, and yeah, I kind of grew up in the early 2000s where in the 90s and early 2000s where K-pop was just kind of starting to get traction. So I know Boa, I know Finkel, I know Hyori Lee, all these people, right? And I knew a lot more girl groups than boy groups. So that's my history on that. Um, so let's get started, you guys. I like what BTS stands for. From what I could see, they're pretty good with expressing themselves. They've also rose into fame. Sorry, guys. They've also rose into fame pretty quickly. So yeah, let's get started. So before I get into the reading, I'm going to do the bowl. Feels good. So as I was ringing the bowl, um, I saw them kind of rehearsing dance moves, so they could be practicing right now, or they could just come out of practice. These guys, I don't know all their names. I only did learned a little bit of a brief history on them just so I know what I'm freaking talking about. But I didn't want to know too much because this is a tarot reading. And so, yeah, so I didn't really do much. I don't even know their names, you guys. Sorry. um, but yes, I got led to use my Light Sears Tarot deck with them. They have a as soon as I was ringing the bowl and I was watching them, like, I could see them kind of dance in the studio. They have like a very like vibrant, like energy, like boom, like boom. And it's like they definitely have a presence about them. I can feel, oh my god, I feel chills right now. Just chills all over. Just chills. Alright, so I'm drinking coffee. And this is my celebrity tarot reading. Alright. What's going on with BTS? The one thing I am getting from them is that they suffer from a lot of exhaustion. Maybe from touring too much. And or just rehearsing too much, or trying to just, I don't know, it's just something about them, you guys. There's a rapper in there. There's a rapper in that group. He knew he was going to be famous. It was almost like it was manifested. A lot of cards. Okay. We got the Seven of Swords. Eight of Wands. And the Hierophant. A lot of these, so there are 7-person boy band. So they are 7 different people. But they also had very similar backgrounds. Obviously, Korean background is very similar. And it's very similar to my background too. So I'm going to kind of share a little bit of insight on that. When they started, here's what I'm getting. When they started, they did it out in secret. They knew that maybe their parents or their family wouldn't be supportive of them to become artists and a music group. Two of Swords. Yeah, they did it out in secret. They didn't know each other until they kind of, like, obviously until they met each other, but it was almost like fate. The Hierophant. It was almost like fate brought them together. Eight of Wands. Strong. I'm getting like really strong action here, like fire, like boom. Like we just want the same goal. Like we want to go forward and go through the same, do the same things, and we have the same vision, we have the same goal. And there was a part in them where they had to make a serious, clear-cut decision, because they kind of knew that if they were going to go into stardom, if they were going to become famous, if they were going to be like a successful boy band, they would have to just make that clear distinction that this is the path that I'm going to choose to take, regardless of what mom, dad, brother, sister think of me. I'm just going to have to make that decision. A lot of people thought that they were blinded by, just got the song Blinded by the Lights. So they thought that they were kind of like ignorant, or like, I don't want to say stupid, but people definitely thought that they had nothing to really offer the world. Um, that was a complete ignorant statement right there. Everyone has something to offer the world, right? Like if you are an artist, you're going to practice tooth and nail to make sure everything is right. Three of Cups, yeah. I see them that they used to come together and practice in private. Like they used to like rehearse in private at night, late at night. Yeah, Five of Wands. Let me just get more cards here. Okay, I think I know what's going on here. Three of Swords. And the Tower. So their road to success wasn't always, it wasn't easy. It was definitely not an easy step. Especially when you're at that age where you're probably in high school or middle school and you want to start something as a young person and you think no one's going to listen to you. And I completely get it. You know, my background is very similar to how these guys were raised. And they really, I'm seeing here, this is kind of like their, how they kind of came to be. They practiced a lot and they fought really hard. And when I say fight, I'm not saying physical fighting. I'm saying they pushed really hard to be great entertainers, and it came with a price. To have the Hierophant and the Three of Swords here, it came. There was a price to pay. There was a price to pay. Either they had to let go of someone they truly loved, or let go of a girlfriend that they really loved, or let go of their family that they really loved. They had to put fame and fortune. Something that you guys need to understand is that fame and fortune isn't all it's caught up to be. People see the frivolous, like shallow part of it. Oh, they got the mansion, the cars, the women. And people don't think that there's a price to pay to be famous. There is. There's a huge price to pay. You may not have time with your families. You may not have time with your friends. You can't just go out willy-nilly. You can't just, you know. Yeah, the road to fame for them was good because it kept them stable and they kept doing what they actually loved to do and what they were passionate about, but at a cost. I'm feeling that pretty strongly. And it's almost like at a cost of their tradition or their background. I'm also seeing a lot of people did not believe in them. They didn't see their truth. They didn't want to see. Like if their mom or dad could see them, they refuse to. I think they still kind of do. They still feel like that's not really who my son is, or and if they do, it's more of like, oh well, he's famous now, so I can actually go out with them and, you know, see them for who they are, you know. The pride of a parent in Asian culture, you have to understand, the pride of a parent in Asian culture is that they stick to the traditions. The traditions of, you know, for me, it was to be a housewife. It was to be, not a housewife, but to have a career, a really good, long lasting career, a husband, and, to take care of my parents. Um, but a lot of my life was catered to my mom and my dad. Most of my 20s was catered to the longest relationship I had with anyone was to my parents. And so there came a point where it was kind of like, well, do I have to go? I'm going to move out of the house, not for them, but I got to move out of the house for myself. So I haven't been, obviously I've visited them, but I've never really like stayed for long periods of time. Not because I don't love them, it's because my life has been kind of better without them in my life in that kind of way. There comes a point where, yeah, the tower came out. So they broke the mold in terms of Korean traditions, in terms of Korean expectations. We were going to be straight A students. We had to be straight A students. We had to be, um, yeah, they broke the mold. Like we are expected to be the best of the best. Play three different instruments, get straight A's. AP classes, recommendation letters. We strive. Our lives as an Asian American, if you guys don't know this, our lives would be revolved around our families. We have a strong family unit. Um, I don't always agree with that, especially as an Asian American, someone who grew up in the United States. But there's a strong, especially if you're in Korea, there's a strong knit between you and your family. So they kind of had to let that ish go. They had to, if they wanted to be famous, they had to separate themselves from the expectations and the ideals of their family. So I'm just gonna go through Two of Pentacles. Yeah, they had to make a decision. They had to make, these guys were talented and are talented, and um these guys are talented. They had to choose between their talents and like what the expectations of mom and dad wanted from them. I'm gonna read this. Sorry, you guys. Throat chakra. You got the Queen of Pentacles. So you have Two of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Temperance. Oh, I'm getting so many chills. As soon as I pulled out the Temperance card, I, I literally got their ancestors. They have very strong ancestors. They were being guided to come together. It was almost, I want to say fate, I want to say serendipity, but it was also kind of like ordained in a way. It was like a universal kind of ordinance, kind of like it was meant to happen this way. Seven of Pentacles. This was definitely a manifested ideal. Like these guys wanted to really, they put in the work. They planted the seeds. They put in the work. Nothing comes from nothing, you guys. I want you guys to know that even though I say things are fated or fate, um, fate, played a certain part in it, but these guys were ready. They were getting ready. They, for some reason, I'm getting like this energy that before they became famous, they were getting ready to become famous. You don't just become famous out of nowhere, you know. These, so it's not that difficult to become famous anymore. Like anyone can do TikTok videos, anyone can do YouTube videos, anyone can do whatever they want and they can become insta famous, right? But a lot of that is flaky because the faster you become famous, the faster you get your like 7 minutes of fame or your 10 minutes of fame, the quicker it's gone. So these guys, years, they practiced years in the making to to, to work. They were under the radar for a long time, but they worked. And they were guided and they were given like this boost of energy to just keep going, keep producing, keep making, keep being creative. And so since they put so many years into that work, into their choreography, into their music, into their rapping, into everything, all that put together means that their rise to fame is solid. It's based on a solid work foundation. Their work ethic is insane. It's insane. Like I'm getting this vibe where they're just like they're going at it like not even just for a day or two. Like they're going at it weeks at a time. Like boom, 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 and it's a lot. It's a lot. But the accolades that they're getting, the press that they're getting, the fame that they're getting, it's all that the rewards that they're reaping now because they put in that work. Three of Pentacles, Five of Cups, Page of Cups, Nine of Wands, and the Judgment card. So what I'm getting here is there was a little bit of a there was a little bit of a dark side, as I kind of said before. They had to let go of certain judgments, of certain mental ideals, and cultural standards that they were going through. They were going through a lot of cultural standards that they didn't want to. They just want to let it go. Like they just wanted to be free, to be themselves, and work to be themselves. But I see a lot of exhaustion. A lot of them are actually working really, 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 really hard. So, yeah, they're working really hard. And sometimes it's tiring. It's like, what are we doing all of this for? And it's almost like they're getting to a point where it's like, well, we have everything we want. What else do we need? Do we keep going with this? Do we keep doing this? Do we keep doing music? Do we keep, and they are going to keep doing music. Queen of Cups. One of them is going to get married very soon. I'm not sure why I'm getting that. I don't know who, but one of them is going to get married at least in the next year or two. Oh, there's a marriage. The Chariot, or at least get engaged. I don't know if someone in there is engaged right now. Ten of Swords and Wheel of Fortune. Give me one card. Will this last? Give me one card. Will BTS last? Will their fame last? Eight of Pentacles. Yes, BTS will last. I am seeing, though, because Ten of Swords came out and so did the Chariot, I am seeing that maybe one might leave the boy band, but they're going to keep going. They're going to keep making content. They're going to keep making music. But I think one of them may end up leaving just because they might just, it's like, I have everything I got. I don't need to keep going. And this is taking a lot of energy out of me. So I do see them. I don't see that happening right away. I don't see them like splitting up right away. You see them splitting up? One card. But I do see the World came out. Oh, I see a lot of traveling for them right now. They're traveling a lot. For some of the people in that group, this is part of their karma. This whole fame thing is part of their karma and how they will approach fame. Like, it's a lesson for them. It's a lesson. It's not supposed to be like, you know, it's like, okay, the universe is giving you what you manifested. What are you going to do with it? You know, how are you going to apply it and use it in your own personal life? So, yeah, you got the fame and the money and the fortune. Great. You know, here you go. I'm laying it all out here at your feet, at your disposal. Are you going to squander your money? Are you going to get, you know, laid every week? I don't know, right? So it's kind of like, for some of them, it is a response. You know, you have to treat it responsibly. So they are in this position where, okay, now that we're making, you know, millions of dollars in revenue, you know, what are we going to do? Do we invest it? Do we put it back in the stock market? Do we, you know, so they're kind of like talking to financial advisors and people like that to kind of help them rummage through all of these hoops that come with being famous and being very wealthy. I do see them working a lot. They're going to keep going. They're gonna be famous. You know, they're already famous, and I think they're gonna stay. They've at least for the next three 3 to 5 years, they're gonna continue making music. They're gonna continue making things. Some of them may, one of them, like I said, one of them may leave the group due to marriage, or they just want to, you know, be happy and just have a family and live a low key kind of life. And there's nothing wrong with that. So, give me one card, please. What is the outcome for BTS? We got Five of Pentacles, Knight of Swords. Give me one more card. Nine of Cups. Something about them is very, very wise. Because there's someone in there. I don't know which one. I don't know if it's the lead singer. I don't know which guy it is, but I'm getting this energy of I know I did this for because I loved what I did and I made profit off of doing something that I love. But there comes a point where it's like, is it really worth it? Is the fame and the money and the fans, and it's always great to have fans, right? But is it really worth it? They're looking, one of them, I don't know which one again. It's just I'm getting this energy of like, let me look at this from the other side of the lens, because there are times where I just want to be left alone. There are times where I don't want the press. There are times where I don't want to post on Instagram. There are days where I don't really want to focus on work. There are days where I don't want to be seen. Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords. I just, a lot of them have just want to be happy. One of them have, I don't know, but they have like this, I'm seeing like solar plexus, like just a lot of energy in that chakra, like an overactive or over energized solar plexus chakra. So that is what I have. I'm gonna do a new spread for them because I'm just kind of curious. I'm just gonna do a really quick. It might take another couple minutes, but what is your advice or your advice on BTS? Right? Oh, yes, I would say that. What is other messages and advice for BTS? Fortune favors the bold. That just explicitly came out. So if some of you guys are thinking about starting that YouTube channel, I know the other day I was kind of ranting. I was like, I think I might quit YouTube because I'm just not getting the traction. But again, fortune favors the bold, and consistency coupled with discipline will get you through. So the good ones will never be overnight success. The good ones will actually have years in the making. So you got the Queen of Wands. This is their advice. Queen of Pentacles. They obviously have a lot of money. Five of Wands. Seeing someone feminine who is their manager, someone more feminine, the Devil. Okay, I think I know what's going on. Give me 3 more cards, please, for BTS. Nine of Swords. Eight of Cups. Okay. Seven of Swords. If they are not careful, if they don't plan things out, if they are not careful, it could definitely lead to an ending to BTS. More cards. Yeah. Three of Swords. Seven of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles, Four of Swords, Strength, and the Nine of Cups. Alright, their advice for BTS. Like any other boy band, there is a 90% chance. You are more likely to see a boy band split than anything else. It's almost like written. I don't want to say written in stone, but some of the best boy bands like Queen, um, even the Beatles. These boy bands. There came a point where they had to separate ways. And sometimes it comes with a price, because that kind of creativity, you kind of have to be alone to do your own thing. You kind of want to move out of that realm of being in a boy band or a pop star, and you want to kind of evolve differently as a creative. So that can happen too. But it's saying, according to these cards that just got laid out here, if they are not careful, if they are not careful with their personalities, if they're not careful with their impulsions, if they're not careful with their ideals and abilities, they can definitely be doomed to fail. In Eight of Cups. I'm also seeing, don't let a woman or someone take a hold of your life and break apart the band. There's something about love here, or a love interest here, where it could potentially split the boy band up. So everything that they work for, the years of hard work, the years of planting the seeds, the years of dedication, could end in a minute. So if they are not careful, if they don't take a step back, take time to meditate, take time to figure things out, they could definitely end their career as a. Give me one card from this deck. I literally got my Osho Zen Tarot deck, was just sitting there, and I just got an impulse to do a short little spread for BTS. Okay. What do you have for BTS? A lot came out. 4 cards came out. Oh no, more, like 6 cards came out. So you got change, adventure, clinging to the past, suppression, schizophrenia, guidance, and transformation. Right now, I think some of them, they're going through their own kind of transformation. They're going through, I don't know why I got a sex change, but I don't know. Maybe not, maybe not, maybe not. I don't know. But there's someone in there, in that boy band, that's suppressing. They might still be in the closet in a way, maybe in some kind of way. But definitely, definitely, they have strong ancestors that are guiding them. One of them has a grandmother who has passed away. Grandmother, or I'm getting a grandmother, who was super happy that she kind of got to see the formation of BTS. But they have to release. There's a pressure there of being famous, of giving the audience what they need to see. There's a pressure there, and they need to release that pressure. You cannot be everything for everyone. And I know it's hard when you're famous because they think you're infallible, and you you got the press in front of you, you got the cameras, you got everyone all over your hair, face, and makeup, and you think it's fun being famous, but there's really some of them are thinking like it was so much easier before all of this happened. It was so much easier before all of this happened. It's like, yeah, I get to provide for my family. Yeah, I got my dreams to come true. But it was so much easier. There was less responsibility back then. So that is what I'm getting for BTS. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you guys have another celebrity you would like me to do a reading on, please comment in the comment section below. If you guys would like a personal reading, please email me at totallytosca@gmail.com. Up to 3 questions, and I will do a video for you with the reading. And yeah, and I have Cash App and PayPal for that. So thank you, you guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you in the next video.